Hey everyone, Auvbri here. Welcome back to the channel. We are continuing where we left off the last time. So we're building this cul de sac of houses in my series Rebuild the Worlds in The Sims 4. And I've started with Del Sol Valley. Go check out the first episode. While you're down there, why not leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. But yeah, I'm gonna leave a link to the previous video down in the description, and also to my new vlog channel, which go check it out. It's really cool. It's my day-to-day life, all the ups and downs, and the channel is called My Ordinary Life because I want to show everything. So go check that out. I really appreciate it, and leave a like on the channel so you get notified on there as well. Now, this cul de sac, I am having so much fun building these houses. So I was trying to mimic, you can kind of see around the existing area where we're actually building this one, that it's a very particular type of house that is here. So it's not super high end, it's not like a mansion or super rich, but it's not low end either. It's somewhere in between, in the kind of middle class, I would say. Which for me is really fun. So having these smaller houses on a cul-de-sac, fake cul-de-sac street that I've made up, super fun. For me, I'm having just the best time creating these builds, and it's a challenge as well. So I talked about this in the last video. Excuse me. I talked about this in the last video where I said that it's a real challenge to build these. It's not a tiny house, but it's not a big house. It's somewhere in between, and you really get to try out a lot of different things, especially when it comes to room placement, how big should the room be, all that kind of stuff, and still trying to make it look realistic and like a place that you could actually live. So the fun thing about this, that rebuilding the worlds, I do not have any limitations. I can use every single pack that I want. I can use every single item in the game. The only thing I'm not using is custom content, which for you guys is great. That means that you can download the world or place the lots in one at a time as I upload them to the gallery. And of course, this build hasn't been uploaded to the gallery yet because I'm not done with the cul-de-sac, but it's just, for me, it's a really fun way. Like, I'm having just the best time. And if you're wondering where the hell have you been, again, go over to My Ordinary Life. I explain everything over there on the vlog, what I've been going through. So yeah, it's just a good way for you to keep up with everything that I am doing in my life. And the makeover vlogs from the living room, there's a 2-part vlog. It's going up on that channel as well. I'm gonna move the other 2 makeover vlogs over there as well. So yeah, just go check it out. So I always try to start with the kitchen. I don't know why, it's just this thing that I do. I've always kind of done it in The Sims 4. When I go back and watch a lot of my builds, the kitchen is usually the first room that I tackle. And I think for me, it's because the kitchen is kind of, it's kind of the heart of the room or the house. It's the place where, it sounds so stupid, but it's kind of the place that brings people together. The reason that I'm taking a lot of pauses in this video, for you it's only a couple of seconds, but I was, I believe at this point my little brother was visiting me as well. So I was talking to him as well and got a bit distracted. But when you speed things up, it's only a couple of seconds, and I keep on rambling anyway, so I figured it's fine. You guys aren't gonna notice. I really love this kitchen though. I think it's super cool. It's like at the end, it's kind of tucked away, but it's still so big and open that you notice it. And I think the color scheme in here is really cool as well. It's a very sharp contrast to the first build that I did. So if you haven't again watched that yet, go check it out in the description down below. But in that build I used a lot of I wouldn't call it farmhouse, but it's a bit more farmhouse modern, whereas this, it's a lot of really modern stuff mixed in with, you know, some more old school stuff, which I think turned out really good. So I'm trying to make these builds as cohesive from the outside as possible, but the inside, the interiors need to be different because it's different households. And if you have the for rent expansion pack, you can move one household into one of the houses and rent out the other houses. That way it can actually work as in Cul de Sac, which I think is really, really cool. And that's kind of the whole idea behind this build here, is that you're going to use the for rent expansion pack to rent out the rest of the lot. So it kind of works like an apartment, but you rent out the house instead. You're just going to select the whole house as the renting space, and then you can rent it out. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I love I don't know what's going on with my throat today. I love the way that the dining room turned out as well. There's something about this very dark brown wood with this kind of, I would call it an aggressive, like olive green, like dark olive green, but it's not. I can't really explain it, but it's just, it looks so good. And then you throw on a little pink in there and a little blue. Pink is not my color, but I myself actually have a little pink stuff. So when I did my own living room makeover, I painted the wall a color where pink would really accent that really well. The same applies here. I think it looks really, really good. I love that the living room is a bigger space. So overall, you can see that this house is a little bit bigger than the first house that we built, but they don't really have a garden in this house, which is kind of the trade-off. So they have like surrounding bushes of flowers around the place, but they don't really have a garden they can walk around in. Whereas the first house had the whole swing set and little garden area, stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool as well, that I kind of get to create these different moments throughout the houses. So roughly they are around the same size, the lots on this fake cul-de-sac, but again, it's how I spend each of the tile that really matters in this aspect. So yeah, I of course wanted them to have a garage as well, because I feel like that's just a part of the whole area. When I looked around, you could kind of see that the whole area was just houses, garages, as kept going on and on. So I wanted that to continue on. Now the bedrooms up here, I must say, I wish I could have made a bit more room, but that being said, there is the room that there is. So you can kind of see here, I could only fit one bed in the master bedroom, or not bed, bedside table, which is fine, but it just, to me, I always think it looks a bit weird. My own bedroom is the same way. It's kind of squeezed into a corner because that's the only way it can be. So I don't really have a bedside table. So you kind of have to squeeze out of the bed, which I think is, you know, not ideal, but sometimes houses are built this way. So I also thought that that brought kind of a realism to the build that I really appreciated. The garage door here, and I do believe that the bedroom up here, it turned out a bit more on the simple side, because of the whole space solution. I had to figure out how do I actually how do I get the space to be as functional as possible so your sim can still move around without compromising on design. I thought that, you know, having a really funky wallpaper up here would be super cool. And I remembered that bed that we put in, although it's the same size, sometimes the bed, the head of the bed kind of makes the bed look bigger or smaller than it is on the square tiles. So this bed actually looks a bit smaller, but it's the same size, which means I kind of created this optical illusion that there was more space in the room than there actually was. And I think this room turned out super cool in the end. It's definitely different. But again, this whole house is all about the mix and matching of modern and more contemporary furniture, which I think we're definitely doing in the bedrooms. A little bit downstairs with the kitchen and some of the furniture items, but upstairs here, it's definitely more. I didn't think I wanted to have a kids room in here, so I kind of made it into a guest bedroom instead. You know, kind of a place where if you have a sleepover guest, they could sleep here and they would be totally fine. There's not a lot of space in here to really do much because your sim still needs to be able to move around. So I decided to just, you know, create a guest bedroom. It functioned well, it was good. Everything was where it was supposed to be, and I think it was the right choice. We have this landing deck here. I always, I don't know why. Landing decks, I always kind of don't know what to do with them. Sometimes I make them into little office areas or desk areas. Sometimes like here, there's not really a lot of space to do that. So I just make it into a nice design moment. I think that's the best way I can describe it. A nice design moment where we can kind of display some furniture that maybe or maybe not is going to be used, but you know, it is what it is. I think it looks great in the end. And the last thing is the bathroom, actually the only bathroom in the house. So if you have guests over, they have to go upstairs to use it. I thought that was fine. I only have one bathroom in my apartment. And oh, excuse me, that was a microphone. And my apartment is a fairly medium-sized apartment, so I thought that was fine. You know, most houses, some houses only do have one bathroom, so at least in Denmark. So I thought that was kind of realistic. Is it ideal? Maybe not. But again, if only one Sims is gonna live here, I think that's fine. Going into the garage here, this space is a little bit bigger than the garage on the house next door. So I wanted to have 2 cars in here. So I kind of imagined that it was a power couple who lived here. They don't really have any kids, not looking to get any kids. They're just enjoying life and have some awesome cars, a nice garage to display it, and of course a washing, laundry kind of situation going on. There wasn't really any room to put that inside of the main house, but I thought, and I still think I think that most people, if they have a garage and no space in the main house, they would put the washing, laundry stuff in the garage because, like, why not use that space? Tell me that in the comment section down below. Is that normal or weird? Am I just being weird? Because I just remember that when I was growing up, we had a garage and then a little separate room connected to the garage where all the washing and laundry were done. Yeah, tell me down below if I'm weird. I do not think so, but you know, it is me after all, so who knows. Here is the house. I think it turned out really good. Again, it's a bit bigger than the other one, but still same size, still 2 stories. I think it turned out great. Not the biggest garden, you can't really do anything out there, but we have a nice terrace porch area in the front where you could definitely put in some grill barbecue situation if you wanted to. I didn't do that, but you know, you could if you wanted to. Here's the entrance. I think it looks really good. I like the style of it. It fits really well. I like the entrance hall here, where you can kind of see the whole style. This shot is awesome as well. It really captures, for me, it really captures the whole style that I was trying to go for. It's a nice eclectic mix of modern and somewhat this old school. No, not old school. I think you guys know what I mean. I'm struggling with finding the word for the style, but I think it definitely translates with the more rugged furniture that we have throughout the builds. This build is not yet available on the gallery. I'm still working on the whole lot, but as soon as it is available, I will put it up and I will announce it in the last video for this house series. So the Cul de Sac is taking a little bit more time than I anticipated, but you know, I'm having fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. If you did, why not leave it a like, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, and go check out my vlogging channel as well. Tell me what you thought about this build on the Cul de Sac down below. And that being said, I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I see you next time. Bye!